Well, another interview at the fourth day of GITEX Global 2022, and this time I'm pleased to meet Mr. Maxim Nartov, the Chief Business Officer for Nexign company. And Nexign is a Russian company. We will know more about it now. Most welcome, Mr. Maxim. How are you?
Thank you. I'm fine.
How is your how did you see GITEX and Dubai?
It's not my first time here.
Yeah.
And it's really funny to see that every year the show becomes bigger and bigger, louder
Yeah,
and louder,
true.
busier and busier, and it feels really, refreshing after years of being offline or online. Sorry.
Yeah.
Talking to people through Zoom, talking to people face to face is very fancy, and here the atmosphere of the show is really good.
Yeah, yeah. Please let me know more about Nexign. Tell us something about the company.
Nexign is on the market for already 30 years.
Yeah,
The company was, for pretty long period, we was focusing on our bread and butter business, the BSS, Business Support System for Telecom Operators. We have a very strong presence in our home region, in CIS, ex-Soviet Union if you want, on the Asia, and we are working with the Middle East and Africa recently to achieve the good presence here as well. We already have some experience in the region and we want to expand it for sure.
yeah. Okay, this is great. The region is a big market, and it's open for all kinds of technologies. Maybe Russian technologies is not very well known here, while I believe Russian technology is very important and very powerful. So if you can tell me about the market for Nexign.
I think the market here for us is very good. I've been working in the industry for 23 years already, and I was bringing some other Russian companies to the Middle East and to the African market, and it always was quite a big success. Because the technology itself, telecom market in the region is pretty similar. I mean, it's different if you talk of different countries in the region, because you cannot directly compare the Gulf countries, for example, to the Northern Africa.
Yeah,
But the approach is pretty much the same. And what we can do in our market, which is also from telecom perspective, pretty heavy on a prepaid, having pretty high expectations from a customer experience perspective, from the telecom company's flexibility, the way they interact with the customer. Since we are very successful in our market with these technologies, we believe that it will be very useful for local countries. And you need to understand that we have experience working with customers of tens of millions of subscribers, right? It's pretty similar to Gulf and to some African countries where the population is pretty high and the penetration rate is high, and we can prove that our technology could deliver to this. We can prove in real life that deliver to these numbers. So I fully agree with you. There is a big place for the Russian technology, for our technology in particular, and we are very positive about this market.
yeah. Mr. Maxim, do you have an office here in the region, in Dubai, for example?
Yes, we have an office, a sales office in Dubai, and as soon as we develop further, we plan to expand our presence if required.
Yeah. With the digital transformation, and also in parallel, there is a strategy for many countries here in the region for 2030, for the year 2030. So it's all about technology. It's all about how to attract, how to find solutions. So what is your strategy for the region, or even worldwide, if you would like to say?
It's not only for the region. I think this question comes in front of the many countries, in front of the many companies. What we start to understand now, and I believe it's the same feeling here on the market, that it's not the digital transformation is not about the fancy applications.
Yeah.
Right. With the market becoming more, from one hand, more crowded, more stable, if you want. From the other hand, more demanding. You need to work on the new profits, on the new revenues, as well as on optimization. So we believe that at that time, in the strategy to 2030, requires an end-to-end digital transformation. When the company becoming digital not only on the front office, but also in the core. That's why our recent products we introduced was focusing on both those directions. The first direction is obviously the microservices in the front, because telcos revenue coming more and more from ecosystem approach, from partnership approach, and that's where you need to have a lot of flexibility. These digital bubbles, they grow very fast, and you need to have a pace to be together with them, to grow together with them. But from the other hand, you need to understand that operators for a long period of time was focusing on these umbrellas, but they didn't optimize their core. And now they have 5, 10 silos, billing systems or revenue management systems that doesn't allow them really to move, becoming an obstacle. Well, that's why we tell them that it's time to harmonize, it's time to build the story end to end and become complete digital, on a digital front end, on a digital API layer, and at the same time on the digital core. Because it's core that allow you to be sustainable and allow you to be efficient from the cost perspective. And one of the focuses here is try to avoid, extra dependencies, try to avoid building too much on a single third-party software that is not really mandatory. We want to give, and we believe everybody look for the flexibility. And another aspect, maybe a little bit from this perspective, what we focus on now is actually employees. Because being a telco was one story, right? It was dedicated lines, you have technicians, you have salespeople, you have core people. But now telcos becoming IT companies, and you start attracting developers, you're working with the people with different mindset. That's why it's a little bit what we're presenting here on GITEX as well, the idea of employee experience products that actually help to build, to have those employees engaged, to help IT people feel comfortable, because they're comparing you not to the other standard employers, they compare you to the digital companies. Operators compete for the people with the digital companies, so you need to improve this experience. And that's what we bring in, the new employee portal, tools to help them engage, I don't know, all these gamifications, news, groups, socializing, and things like that. So we believe that's the focus, efficiency and the people.
This sounds great. At the end of this interview, if you would like to add something, Mr. Maxim.
First of all, I would like to thank you for this interview, and actually I was really impressed with this show and with the meetings we have, with the partners we're talking to, because for the local market it's very important to have a good technology and the good partners together, and that's our focus for the period.
Thank you so much.
And this is a good place to do it. Thank you.
Maxim Nartov, the Chief Business Officer for Nexign. Most welcome and really happy to meet you. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.